Hi everyone and welcome to another TV4Education training session. My name's Mary Jane, I'm part of the team here at TV4Ed and we are going to be walking through some of the beginner steps with TV4Education, how to log in, search for a program, keeping in mind you can do this from school or at home, doesn't matter where you are, you can log in. So of course if you are teaching from home or if your students are accessing TV4Ed from home, all you have to do is log on. So we're just going to wait for another probably 30 seconds in case anyone else is still logging in. All right, so first of all, if you currently have TV4Education at your school, you will have been sent a welcome email. Now that email will have your school's URL, so each school has an individual URL of how to access their TV4Education. If you don't know where that email's gone or you're not sure what that URL is, you can just go to www.tv4education.com. And up the top right hand side there is a login button. So once you click that login button, it's going to ask you for your school email address. So I'm obviously putting in my work email address, but yours will be your school email address. And if I click next, that's going to check which sites I have access to. So on the right hand side I've got my school site, so that is 9 times out of 10 where yours is going to be. It's also offering, if you don't have a site that you are attached to, you can sign up to My Lessons to get your own individual account for TV4Ed. So even if your school hasn't signed up as a school as a whole, you can sign up as an individual. But for today, we are obviously going to our school site here. So as you can see, that's automatically redirected me to the site I was after and it's logged me in. Now, if you don't know your password, it's also going to come up with an option where you can click forgot my password and it'll email you to your school email address a reset password link. So you don't actually need to contact an admin or anything like that to get started. You can just go ahead and do that for yourself. Now this has brought me to the school's homepage. Yours might look a little bit different to mine, or it might look the same with these buttons on it. The main thing you want to know is these buttons here. So first of all, you've got my schools collection. What that is going to have is any items, whether that be books, movies, that have been added to your school's collection as a resource, probably by your admins or collectively from teachers at your school. So they're things that other people have checked from your school and said, this is educational, I'd like to hang on to these. Now, if you want to search through the whole of TV4Education, because your school's collection is probably less than 2% of what is available on TV4Ed, you've got the full TV4Education search here. If you have been on TV4Education before and you want to have a look at the things that you have saved, they will be on My Items. So first of all, let's have a quick look at my school's collection. Keeping in mind that my school site does have their library system as well as TV4Education. So you will see there are books as well as movies and video clips and educational video lessons all here as well. There'll also be ebooks, physical resources that people can borrow out, all available. If I want to view the information about any of the items, I just click on it and the information will appear on the right hand side. So you can just run a search through here, or you can browse through to see what other people have added, because there might be something in there for you. If you are a science teacher and you've run a search and you haven't found much science content, that could just be that your school's admin hasn't added much from the science section. So you can just go to TV4Education and run a search yourself. Now what's popped up here, this will pop up if you are new to the TV4Education page, and you can select your interest areas. So I will let you know that I am a secondary teacher, that I teach science. That's automatically saved and I can then close it. The reason you want to fill that in is you're now going to receive automatic updates as soon as there's anything that applies to your subject. You'll actually receive email recommendations on things that are of interest to you. So you definitely want to make sure you fill in those interest areas. If you haven't done it and it hasn't popped up for you, there is an interests button here. You can click that and it's going to bring it up. You might also have a change of subjects or areas that you're teaching, so you can of course come back here. You can hold the control button and select multiple subjects as well. Alright, so this is of course the home page of TV4Ed, where you can search everything that's on offer. You can browse through by clicking view all on any of the scrollers on the screen, or you can click through the subjects that are listed here. Now this is not a full list of subjects available on TV4Ed, this is just some of the most searched subjects, but you can of course run a search for TV4Education programs. So again, if you were a science teacher and there was something in particular you were after, you can just run a search here. When you find the programs, when you scroll over them, they're going to automatically show a random clip from the video itself. So it's going to allow you to preview it to make sure that it is the program that you were after. It's also going to show you, for instance, this says ABC2, so that's the program, the channel it aired on. Then it also says that it is G rated, so that's the rating there, and then it has the name of the program. If there's series and episode information, it's going to show on the top right hand corner as well. So once you've found the program, you've gone, yes, I think this is something I'm interested in, you just click it to play, and it's going to show you information about the program, over the program, for about 4 or 5 seconds. That information will then disappear so that you can continue to view the program. If you want to bring that information back up because you want to check the subjects on the program or the rating, you can do that by clicking on the info button here. The reason we've made it autoplay is so that if you were in the classroom and you were streaming it to your class, it's really simple and easy to just play the program. If you want to save it for later, for instance, if you are prepping for your lessons from home and you've logged in from home and you just want to save it, you just click the star button. Think of it as a My Favorites button. Then you also have a share link button. Now, TV4Education at your school definitely should have your students on the system. When you click the share button, you should be able to select the year level that you want to share it with. Now this is setting the security on the program, but you will still need to send a link to the students themselves. So you will need to copy that link to an email. Why have we done it this way? We legally have to report on who has viewed the program, and that's to keep your screen rights compliance up as well as copyright compliance. But we also want to make sure that a Year 7 student hasn't got a hold of a link that was meant for Year 12 and is viewing something inappropriate. Also, we can actually do reports on who has viewed the program. So we can actually let you know, okay, your class is doing remote learning. Let's have a look which students have actually gone ahead and opened the programs that you have sent them. So all that kind of reporting is available, but to do that, we need to make sure that the students are logged in when they are viewing the program. So if your year level is not listed here and you're not sure why that is, you can just email us at support@functionalsolutions.com.au and we will get it sorted for you. So you don't have to worry about that. Let us go through it and we will make sure it's all fixed and working for you. All right, so they're all your options on there. Now, keep in mind, if you've saved an item to your My Items, which we'll go ahead and do that now, we'll click that save button. As you can see, that literally took less than a second. And now when I click on my items, that's going to show me the latest program that I have added. And just to prove that it has worked, I can play that program straight away. So it's really quick and easy to save things to your items and make sure that you've got it on there. Now, your items area is completely limitless storage, so you don't have to worry that from year to year you're going to have to start deleting stuff to make room for the new programs you want to keep. As long as it's TV4Education items that you are saving, you don't have to worry about adding additional storage. We look after all of that for you. Now, in our last week's video, we had a look at creating a lesson based on videos through the Smart Classrooms button, which is just through the menu button here. If you've missed that session, you can have a look at it on our YouTube page. So in that section, you can clip videos, you can add questions and answers, and all of those are reportable. So once you send that to your students, you can actually auto-correct those lessons and check their understanding of any topic. Keep in mind, we are currently adding around 150 programs each week to TV4Education based on requests of teachers as well as curriculum needs. So there is always something new popping up on TV4Education for all our teachers. If, of course, there's something new that you need, if you've run a search, always run a search first. The reason for that being 99% of the time the program you want is there, and if not, an alternative that you may not have thought of yet is sitting there waiting for you that you could use straight away. But if you haven't been able to find it, you can go to the My Requests button. And there's 3 types of requests that you can put through on TV4Education. Again, we've gone into in-depth descriptions of how to put through a request in other videos, so you can search that on our YouTube channel, but I'll just give you a quick overview. You've got free-to-air requests up the top here, so you can request anything on our free-to-air channels. If we go back one, you've got all the Foxtel channels that you can search from. Literally anything on the Foxtel TV guide you can put a request for in here. And you also have topic requests. So if you were looking for a particular topic and you hadn't found any content on TV4Education, or you just wanted someone to show you where to start, you can come here and we will send you a notification as soon as those programs have been added to your items. But again, definitely always come to TV4Education first. There's heaps and heaps of content that is available for you. Don't forget as well, when you come to these sessions, if you have any additional questions or you'd like us to run a session on a different topic, you can let us know in the comments, or you can email it again to support@functionalsolutions.com.au. All right, that's it for today's session. Again, don't forget you can use TV4Education at home or at school. If you have any questions for us, just email us, or you can connect with us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. Don't forget, you can always go through our YouTube videos. They're stored on our YouTube page, so you can always go back and watch them at your own time. But again, if you would like us to cover any topics in the future, just let us know. Thanks for watching.